petrol head, we're all guilty of doing one thing. That is putting our lottery numbers on and then deciding our dream garage. A couple of supercars, maybe a couple of retros. But then the question always falls to, well, what do I use as an everyday car? And well, for me, my everyday car is one of those. The BMW M5 Competition. For as long as I can remember, it's been the daddy of the super saloons, and now it's just undergone a facelift. So as a sheep goes over and has a look at the M5, let me just tell you what's changed with the new LCI. We've got a slightly different front end, so we've got new lights, new kidney grills. Rear, we've got slightly different lights again. That tends to be the case with BMW facelifts. New lights, new grills, slightly different bumpers, and that's around it. In terms of the exterior, there has been subtle changes. I think it just has brought the M5 directly into 2021. I think it looks fresh and new and like it's a brand new car. Inside, we still have all the same technology that we did on the pre-LCI. However, the infotainment screen is now the operating system 7 and has been made slightly bigger. We've got BMW's new digital cockpit directly in front of the driver, some fabulous M seats, and all the options that you could ever dream of. So this particular car has massage seats, heated seats, climate cooled seats, just the list goes on and on and on. But the thing is with the M5, it's not just an everyday car, is it? It's an M5. So I think let's jump in the driver's seat now and go and see what it's like. I always forget, you know, I always forget just how fast the M5 Competition really is. Now, I'll be honest, I've driven quite a few M5s since this newer version, the F90, came out a couple of years ago now, but I've never actually filmed one, so this is the first time on camera I'm going to tell you my impressions of them, and you cannot get away. How can you argue with that? How can you argue with that? So, what is it up there that's propelling this car to such stratospheric speeds? Well, it's a 4.4 litre twin turbocharged V8 with 616 brake horsepower, and that means that this big, heavy super saloon can go from 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 3.3 seconds. However, I've got to say, it feels so much faster than 3.3, so much quicker. Of course, you've got several driving modes, which can all be controlled through some presets here on the steering wheel, the red M1 and M2 toggles. And I like to set my M5 up in Sport Plus for the engine and everything else in Comfort. Of course, other than the gearbox, which I like to take control and have it in its most ferocious manual setting. But that for me is the perfect blend, because you get all the ferocity of the engine and then you get the comfort side of this car, which is the M5's party piece, its trick. It's savagely fast, mind-blowingly fast, that a car of this size can accelerate the way it does. But again, it's the comfort side of things that surprise you big time about this car, because it's incredibly comfortable. Not long, a couple of weeks ago, I actually filmed a 7 Series, and to me, this doesn't feel hugely less comfortable. It feels, I mean, obviously it's not as comfortable as a 7 Series, but I tell you, it isn't far off. And I think that's helped by these seats, the M seats, which just hug your body. They are just sensational. And another thing that I love is just the practicality of this car, the technology that's in this car. You've got everything you're ever going to need: DAB digital radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you've got all the cameras, all the safety systems, you've got cruise control, you can have adaptive cruise control, this has got a heated steering wheel, heated seats, ventilated seats, just the list goes on and on. This is an M5, this is the ultimate M car, this is the big boy. Obviously you've got the M8 above this, but it's a completely different proposition from the M8. This is BMW Super Saloon, this is their showcase, this is everything that BMW can do. And what BMW can do is create possibly the finest super saloon on sale. The way that this car grips, the way that it attacks corners at ferocious speeds and gives you incredible confidence in it is unlike anything else, I would say. It is the ultimate daily. It's the ultimate lottery winning car, isn't it? As I said at the start of this video, we're all guilty of it, us petrol heads. You win the lottery, you've got 3 or 4 supercars. What would you have as your daily? And I bet you this would rank very, very highly on pretty much everybody's list. Let's drop it all back into comfort now and back into auto, and I mean, it's so brilliantly quiet in here. It's refined. Everything is built to an incredibly high standard. The quality of all the materials, the leathers, the metals is of the highest order. I mean, how do you sum up an M5 without obviously taking this thing on track and really hooning it around? This car is everything that you'd need on the road and more. I mean, you don't need 616 brake horsepower, do you? But trust me, you want it. And the great thing about the M5 is the family can come along with you. So if you're a big petrol head out there, you've had your kids, you've had to get rid of the supercar, the sports car, the M5 will fill that hole. It'll fill that gap that every petrol head needs. We need a fast car. We need something like this. And the only gripe I have with it, this LCI over the previous M5, is it doesn't crack and bang on the overrun like the pre-LCI did. But still, it's not exactly a bad noise, is it? I mean, listen to this. I love a V8. Love a V8, and I love an M5. I think you can tell that I really do enjoy driving around in an M5. And if I could, this would absolutely be my everyday car. Obviously I can't afford one, but if I could, this would be it. Sitting along several supercars in my garage. Now, thank you ever so much for watching. Do please drop this video a like and subscribe to Rybrook TV for plenty more content to come. And if you'd like any more information on the BMW M5, do please use the link in the description of this video to contact one of our Rybrook BMW retailers. And I'm going to leave you with a bootful. I'll see you next time.